By the way, this jail, if some people are wondering who stayed here, Whitey Bulger stayed at this jail, okay? Anthony Tonacosta, mob-related inmates after Bulger. Okay, you got some very MS-13 and Latin King cartel killers stay at this place. These are the names you got. Fotios Freddy Gies, Frank Cadillac Frank, Salami, James Alec Fields Jr. You got some interesting people that stayed here. So they're sending you to a place as if you're a full-on killer is what you are. That's who they put you with. And you said you got 3, 4, so this is January 16th, January 15th. Is that around the day of 2025 when they put you in jail?
No, was the 21.
Oh, this is first time, when Trump lost. This is after...
No, when President Trump wins, this last time, 5 days before, they gave the order to move me.
To move you to Hazelton.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So January 15th, because Trump won, but he got elected. He was inaugurated January 20th. Mm-hmm. So is this in October or is this in January?
In January.
In January, got it. And when you were there, is this where you met Sam Bankman-Fried? Where did you meet Sam Bankman-Fried from?
It was in Brooklyn. In Brooklyn, I was in a special unit, and of course I met Sam there. This other guy who is a singer, you call it mogul, music mogul.
Diddy?
Yeah.
You were in prison with Diddy and Sam
Yeah.
Bankman-Fried?
Yeah.
Did you speak with them?
Yes. Well, at the beginning, I didn't know them as the figures of they were. I mean, but also I was just by myself, reviewing my case and my things. There was another guy, a rapper. He's very famous. They call it 6ix9ine, I think. And but I didn't know until the other inmates told me.
Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Yeah. They call me, those guys are really big in music and things like that. But with Sam, we developed a close relationship. We were talking about my case, things like that. I met his father and mother, and because at one point I was really preoccupied about my family when I know that they had that green light from the MS-13 over my daughters, and I said, I cannot sleep. I don't know what can I do. And he said, listen, you have to move your family from Honduras. But I said, I don't have any means to do it. And we were, talking about how can we do. And at the end, I told my lawyer, you have to call my wife and you have to tell her and do whatever you want. You have to do in order to protect them. But at the end, they have to be in my home for almost 3 months without going out at all. And, it's... At one point, I said to God, I made my peace with God, and I said, my Lord, you can do whatever you want with me. You're right, but please protect my family. That's just what I'm asking.
Did Sam Bankman-Fried help you financially with the family or no?
No.
Okay.
At all.
What was he like to you? Was it did you enjoy the conversation?
He was a very quiet guy, but he was... He had new ideas about the world, and when he was reviewing my case, he said, listen, this is clearly a setup. And I said, but how can I explain it? You already passed for a trial, and you know what it is. And it is hard, when the prosecutors and the judge agree that you cannot, for example, they didn't allow me to bring the experts from Honduras to explain to jurors how I passed those laws. To pass the extradition law, the seizing of assets law, the anti-money laundering law, the reform of the police, it's easy to say it, but to do it is a huge risk. And they were going to come to explain to that. And the judge agreed with the prosecutors, and they didn't allow them to come to do it.
Do you know what Sam Bankman-Fried said about you? Have you read what he said about you or no?
My daughter was explaining it to me.
Sam Bankman-Fried told Mario Nafal, Rob, I think you have it somewhere, and he explains to him that he says, I spent 1.5 years in the same unit as Juan Orlando. I got to know him fairly well. I'd like to think we became friends, and I can't think of a single inmate more deserving of a pardon. He was framed, and SBF spent extensive time helping yourself with trial prep and reviewed evidence. And his account, you were convicted in 2024 for a decades-long cocaine conspiracy involving hundreds of murders. But the actual evidence, a ceremonial machine gun, a selfie with a cartel-connected soccer fan, and testimony from the exact cartel leaders, you were arrested and extradited. Those cartel leaders were offered early release if they could implicate a bigger fish. They chose to testify against the man who put them in prison. The result, your presidency, murder dropped 50%, drug trafficking dropped 90%, every major cartel leadership extradited to the U.S. SBF. He wasn't just a narco trafficker. He wasn't just not a narco trafficker. He was probably the most effective anti-cartel leader in the world. Juan Orlando is the most innocent prisoner I've met, including myself. The pardon came days before Honduras' November 30 election, where Trump endorsed Nasri Asfura of your national party. The race is now a technical tie. The Trump warning, there will be hell to pay if the electoral body changes the result. That's what Sam Bankman-Fried said about you. Interesting. Did you ever speak to Diddy? Was Diddy would
A couple of words. You know, we were getting into the elevator coming from the legal.
He doesn't like elevators. It's bad news to be around elevators with him.
But I didn't know him
Yeah.
at all. And he said, so you are going to 4 North, which was the same floor? I said, yes. So you are the new guy? And he said, yes. And he said, why you advise me? And I said, look, you have to keep your mind busy.
You told him.
Yeah, if you are you have to do exercise every day. And if you like music, you have to
He likes other people's music.
But also,
Stealing it.
if you are going to fight your case, get into that with your lawyers. Be busy, because this thing could make you crazy. But if you focus on that, and then he continued to do that. There were some discussion between another guy, if they were going to see some channel from the news or the other. And I said, listen, take your time. Don't fight about that.
Oh, he was fighting with another guy for
No, they were discussing. But I was trying to stop like a fight.
He was trying to watch a documentary by the guy named 50 Cent. Yeah, he wanted to watch it on but that's interesting. So, but was he cordial with you? Was he respectful with you?
Yeah, very respectful. At one point, I was watching a dish, and there was another dish there. It was dirty. I don't know which dish or who was belonged to, and I watched it. And so he came, and he said, "Thank you for washing my dish." Well, I didn't know that was yours. And he said, "A president washing?" And I said, "Listen, I mean, I can clean the floor here. I was raised like that. I don't care about those things." They think that because you are president, you are like, no, I mean, it is the way that you are raised. And I think that helped me with a lot of respect from so many people in jail, too.
How long were you with all of them? With SBF, with Diddy, with Tekashi?
With this guy, Tekashi, I think was about a couple of months.
Oh, really?
With Diddy could be a little bit longer than that. And with Sam, I think could be 1.5 years.
Oh, so you guys spend real time together with Sam.
Yeah. Well, with Sam, we prepare a lot of questions for my trial. And unfortunately, my lawyer, we lost confidence and trust with him, but we lost communication. And at the end, when I finally came and said, listen, I know that you don't have any questions for the witnesses. I already worked on that. And then when he was looking at that, he said, this is amazing. Well, I did your work. Now, please do it. But he couldn't do it.
Is this a guy that was sick? The guy?
Yeah. He was really sick, but also
afraid?
He was taking care of his mother. She was also sick. And I bet that he also was afraid of some things.
Of course. I mean, if you're his lawyer, his life's probably also on the line. When we set out to create a shoe that blends comfort, function, and luxury, we had the choice to make it fast. We had the choice to make it cheap. We chose neither. Instead, we chose Tuscany, Italy. We chose true Italian craftsmanship, each pair touched by 50 skilled hands. We chose patience, spending 2 years perfecting every detail, and we chose the finest quality at every step. Introducing the Future Looks Bright collection. Not rushed, not disposable, not ordinary. Rather, intentional, luxurious, timeless. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.